Okay, so here's the area that we're watching. This is the rotation here, okay? So this is moving to the east at how fast?
25 miles per hour.
25 miles per hour. All right, so let's go ahead and give an updated track. Unfortunately, this has been extended, so it does have a defined enough circulation for the National Weather Service to issue this new warning. That's what's blinking right there, and is moving towards the east at 25 miles per hour. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a new timeline for this broad circulation there, and generally speaking, it's moving east to 25, so we'll go with that. There's a look at your updated timeline. Moving towards the Lynn area as we head towards 11:15. Over towards Montrose by 11:19. It'll be over towards the McNeil area as we head towards 11:32, and Roz as we head towards 11:34. So we have a new tornado warning now. This goes until midnight. The 11 o'clock time frame is for the areas that was in the central, more so northern portions of Smith County, north of Raleigh, but now the circulation has shifted more towards the north and east. It's right around that 501 corridor. And this new warning now has it going into Jasper County. So what you see here is the new polygon. It extends basically as far east as, let's say, 503, roundabout. McNeil, you are again included within this. It could be in your area by 11:32, and it's going to eventually push towards Lewin as we head towards 11:15. So we'll go ahead and get a little bit closer in this view, and I'll zoom in a bit more, kind of see if we got any neighborhoods here a little bit closer where the actual rotation is. It's a little bit tight, so let me go ahead and clear a lot of this stuff out of there. There's a look at the velocity in and of itself. Again, the rotation is right about here, just crossing over 501. Here's Clear Springs. For the most part, you're close enough to for you having to, I should say, get to that safe place. Again, Clear Springs, you're just north of the tight circulation. Here's Pineville. Again, the rotation is here. It is moving more east, so Pineville, you're just on the northern extent of the tightest circulation. Again, crossing over 501. Again, it may just very well stay south of Clear Springs, but you still want to be in your safe place in Clear Springs in case it jogs to the north a little bit. Montrose, you are in the path of this storm. You want to get to that safe place. If you live around Montrose, anywhere up and down 15 in Jasper County, even down towards Lynn, you want to make sure that you are in that safe place because, again, we do have a tornado warning in your area, and this goes until midnight. So we have an hour to track this for you as it continues to kind of make its way, again, generally towards the east at about 25 miles per hour. So it's not moving extremely fast, but definitely it's moving, and it's going to be eventually crossing over this county line. Again, we're right now looking at this broad circulation on top of 501, so again, mainly south of Pineville. So any communities just east of 501, if you live near the Jasper-Smith County line, you want to go ahead and get to that safe place. A lot of times, smaller communities may not be listed on our graphics package here, but you definitely want to note where you're located. You always want to know your county that you're in. You want to know some of the landmarks that you're nearby. And again, if you're by this county line, and if you're east of 501, again, this storm is coming your way. This is a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. And again, it is crossing over 501 and is moving east generally at about 25 miles per hour. So again, if you're in Montrose, you're in the path of this storm. Lewin, it's going to be moving towards you, heading towards 15, again, shifting east. And Stevens, it may just stay north of you, but again, with these, sometimes they can take a turn to the right. They may take a jog to the north. So generally speaking, you want to make sure you're in that safe place. So I'll show you the polygon again, and really anywhere within this polygon, you want to make sure that you're just kind of staying up to date with this, and also, again, getting to that safe place if necessary. But the polygon does include various areas. Again, I showed you some of the cities earlier on, but Lewin, you keep popping up. It's going to be just north of Bay Springs, so you're not within the polygon right now. And Heidelberg, this is going to stay, at least as for now, away from you. Hopefully, it'll continue to weaken. Maybe it'll broaden out, and the warning will be allowed to expire. But for right now, again, Montrose, you're included within this, north of Bay Springs. And again, Heidelberg, you're not included, but it's going to be pushing that area of rotation out of the Smith County area into the Jasper County area here. So we do have this warning that is in place until midnight. again, for northeastern portions of Smith County and for the central and northwestern portions of Jasper County. We also have a new severe thunderstorm warning in place. It does include Neshoba County. It does include portions of Newton County, does not include Meridian, and we're going to continue to keep an eye on the overall setup with our area as we go through time. So looking at the radar, again, still very active for the most part. We're definitely going to continue to track these storms through the night with you. I know it's tiring for most. We've been dealing with severe weather for days, and it's Father's Day weekend, Father's Day, and most of you will rather focus on other things than trying to take cover for dangerous weather. But unfortunately, this is what we have. You know, we have these discrete cells that are coming in. A lot of them are merging together. A lot of them are packed with hail. Some of them are showing signs of rotation, which we have pushing into Jasper County. Right now, Meridian's still looking okay. I know a lot of times we get questions about, is my city included? So I'm going to get a little closer and just kind of show you which areas are within the warnings and which areas are not. But again, Meridian, you're doing pretty good. Philadelphia, you are not dealing with anything in terms of severe thunderstorms, but you do have a severe cell just south of you. We're looking okay in Scuba. We just have some lighter showers. If you are in, let's say, Clark County right now, you're not under any active warnings. I know you had a warning, actually several severe warnings and even a tornado warning earlier today, and we did have reports of many trees down. But for right now, you're doing good. But again, right now, the most concern is for this cell that is in portions of Jasper and Smith County. So again, this is the tornado warning cell. Again, very discreet. Here's a look at the setup here in terms of the velocity. I'm going to give you a look at that. And as you can see here, again, still a real good defined circulation there. That circulation is now north and east of Raleigh. And I'll go ahead and give you another look at this storm as we kind of give it a splice here and see how tall this storm is, how strong per se in terms of its updraft, in terms of how tall this storm is and how it could move with time. We'll kind of cover all of that. But again, here's a check of the thunderstorm, and I'll try to give you a better idea here of what it's doing. Again, here's the core of the storm, generally speaking. And I mean, yeah, this is definitely a tall thunderstorm. It's definitely strong. It's looking like it goes up to about 50,000 feet. Copious lightning affiliated with this. It's not a good time to be outside. So again, if you are in the path of this storm, it's very important that you get to your safe place. Again, we are looking at, again, this storm, cloud tops go up to 50,000 feet. Very strong storm. It has hail affiliated with this. It's rotating. Again, this is what's prompting that tornado warning for a portion of Smith and Jasper County. So again, you want to stay in your safe place and definitely continue to keep it tuned here to WTOK as we continue to track this storm for you. But again, the tightest rotation with this is just to the north and west of the Bay Springs area. And again, this is shifting towards the east. So I'll put a new updated track on here for you, just kind of give you an idea of what it is doing and where it's going to go. And again, we're expecting this basically to continue to shift into the Jasper County area. So again, if you are around the Jasper General Hospital area, you want to go ahead and get to that safe place. Again, it's going to be pushing in your direction as we head towards 1116. Bay Springs, 1117. Thigpen Field by 1125. McNeil by 1134. And eventually towards the Ross area by 1137. Any updates?
Not from the National Weather Service. They're still watching this just as close as we are. No damage reports, no hail reports. Really, the most up-to-date information we're getting is from our radar as we speak right now.
You have any other reports from Twitter, Facebook, or any power outage reports?
In terms of power outage, it's continuing to climb slowly. Another 100 people or so in Scott County, or 100 reports or so in Scott County. So 1,500 reports in Scott County. Smith County, 477 people without power. And Newton County, we're approaching 1,100 reports of people without power. So, Scott County, obviously, The most impacted so far right now, about 1/14 of all of the people who get power there are without power right now in Scott County, but that's no surprise. We've had, I think, at least six warnings since about 7:50 today that have impacted Scott County.
Mm-hmm. What's that update? Not our area? Okay, that's just they're talking back and forth. Okay, so here's a check of the timeline. Again, just wanted to update that. It was kind of tilted a bit, so it may have gave some off time. So this is an updated view of the velocity. And again, we do have this area of rotation, very distinct. Right about here, here's Raleigh. So now Raleigh's in the clear. You are not within this tornado warning, but we do have this area of rotation. Again, the green touching the red. It's about to cross over the county line into Jasper County. So again, if you're in Clear Springs, this rotation is going to be very near to you as we head towards 11:11. So within a couple of minutes. So you do want to be, again, in that interior portion of your home on the lowest level. You want to definitely get away from the windows. You want to be in the bathroom, the closet, again, that interior hallway, a basement, a storm shelter. Again, don't forget to grab that the bike helmet to put on your head. We have not had any reports of tornadoes being observed or any reports of damage for now, but we do have a distinct circulation, and this is a severe thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado. So again, get to that safe place right now if you're in Clear Springs. The wind area by 11:22 is going to be in your area. Montrose, 11:26 is going to be approaching you. McNeil as we head towards 11:38. The Ross community as we head towards 11:40. And then eventually over towards Gridley as we head towards 11:43. The warning in and of itself goes until midnight. So again, we will stay with you here, kind of walking you through it every step of the way until the warnings are completely over for our area. I know the timing is bad. It's nighttime. Hopefully, folks have already turned on the alerts before going to bed. But again, many folks do go to bed early. And a lot of times it's just a dangerous situation when you have severe weather at night, because there, folks who don't turn on their alerts and could get caught by surprise by a severe sail like this or tornadic sail like this. So again, before you go to bed tonight, even if you're not in Jasper County, there's a potential for more severe storms, even isolated tornadoes as we go through the night. So again, before you go to bed tonight, have those ways of getting alerts. Turn on your alerts notification for your weather app. Make sure that you have that NOAA weather radio turned on, batteries charged and in there and ready to go if you have that as your way of being alerted. Keep the TV to WTOK if we have any warnings. For one, we'll have those scrolling at the bottom of the screen, so you can always just turn to the station and get the latest updates. Aside from that, if there are tornado warnings or if there's a storm that's severe, that's creating destructive type conditions in terms of like very large hail or very strong damaging winds, then we'll be on here as well to guide you through that. But again, right now we just have this warning, this tornado warning for a severe thunderstorm that is rotating based on radar. So it's radar indicated, and again, it is definitely going to continue its movement towards the east, towards Jasper County. It may change its direction at times, but for right now, it's moving east at about 25 miles per hour. So again, Lewin, you are in the path of this. Here's the polygon showing the areas that need to just be on guard. I think if you're, let's say, behind the Raleigh area, or really Raleigh, you're not even in the warned area, but we'll zoom in a little bit tighter to give you a different perspective of the areas that are within the warning and closest to the area of tightest rotation. So here's the box zoom. Here we go. Getting a little bit closer here. And again, if you are anywhere, let's say around that Clear Springs area over towards Pineville and let's say east or south, you want to be in that safe place. Now, if you're basically to the west of these areas, I think you're in the clear. Again, if you are west of Pineville, I think you're in the clear from this system. Shangalo, even though you're still under the technical warning, you are behind the area of circulation, so you are in the clear. I'll throw on the area of circulation for you to give you an idea of what's happening. And again, the area of circulation right now that is prompting this warning is now east of the Pineville area. So we'll go ahead and take a look at where the circulation is. I'll move this to show that it is now east of 501. Here's Pineville. And again, here's the area of circulation. Again, it's basically on top of Clear Springs. So hopefully in Clear Springs, you have already gotten to your safe place. and you are tucked away, maybe your TV is turned up as you're listening to us here, again, stay in that safe place for a bit longer because, again, we're still tracking the storm sitting basically right on top of you. So, again, around Lewin is going to be heading your way here shortly. I'll give an updated timeline. Still moving east at 25 miles per hour. We haven't gotten any updates of it changing its direction just yet. So, again, if you are in any of these areas, again, take cover. Right now, Clear Springs is basically on top of you. Lewin is going to be your way at 1127. Obviously, communities between here, you want to go ahead and be in that safe place because it's going to be in your area, on your doorstep at a moment's notice. We're looking at the potential for a severe thunderstorm that is capable of producing a tornado. The storm is rotating, so it could spawn a tornado at any moment. McNeil is going to be in your area by 1144, Roz by 1146, and then eventually over towards Penalty, I should say, by 1157. So again, here's a check of the areas that are in immediate danger from this severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, but I'll go ahead and throw in the warning for you. And really, if you're anywhere within the polygon, you just want to make sure you are kind of staying in that safe place in general. Again, here's the radar reflectivity, again, showing the thunderstorm in general, and it's a doozy. It's definitely a strong storm. Again, here's the polygon, and again, it's just to the west of Interstate 59. It is not near Stonewall as of yet. Hopefully it will continue to weaken before moving in that direction, but there is a chance that it could be moving towards that Clark County area. So we'll continue to stay with this, and we'll keep you posted on what it does in the short term. As far as the hail with this storm, there is definitely some hail. We have various reports, penny size, quarter size. But again, Lewin, you're tapping into some smaller sized hail right now with this. Again, definitely some very heavy rain affiliated with this as well. Again, you're looking at some really heavy rain, frequent lightning. So this will be a rain-wrapped tornado if it were spawning one. And we'll go ahead and kind of zoom in to what's happening with this and give you some info about rainfall amounts. So let's see if it'll give me that rainfall rate here. And generally speaking, if it were sitting still, not moving, the rainfall amount is roughly a rainfall rate is about 6 inches an hour if it were sitting still. Obviously it's not, it's moving, but you get the idea. We're talking about some heavy rain affiliated with this. So we'll look inside the storm again, looking at the updated scan for the rotation, and it's again this area right in here, and the area of rotation again is broadening out a bit, but still there's a warning affiliated with this, and it's just about to cross over into Jasper County. So I'll zoom in a little bit tighter. And again, if you're sticking with us, we do have this warning that goes until midnight for Jasper County. Again, here's the tightest rotation, kind of sitting just around or just south of the Clear Springs area. It is crossing over into the Jasper County area. Heads up for Montrose or any community in between Montrose and the county line. You need to be in that safe place right now. This severe thunderstorm that's capable of producing a tornado at any time is basically going to be on top of you within moments. So again, get to that safe place, the lowest level of your home, away from windows, bathroom, closet. You want to be in a sturdy structure. If you're living in an apartment, get into the interior portion of your apartment, especially if you're in the higher levels and maybe you can't get to the first floor. Again, get to the interior portion of your apartment. Again, if you're in a mobile home, I hope that you are not in this situation. But if you are, again, just kind of bunker down. The best place to be, though, is in a sturdier structure. So if you have a neighbor next door that lives in a more sturdier structure, I would go ahead and get to that place immediately if you can. We're talking you have minutes here before this storm is going to be on top of the Montrose area and also crossing over 15. So it's recommended that you do not travel at this time if you are in Jasper County around Montrose or around, let's say, that Roz area, because we have a very dangerous storm that is heading in your direction. Do you have any updates, Ethan?
Yeah, that's the latest out of National Weather Service came out just now. They're continuing this tornado warning that we're watching. Still radar indicated for Jasper and Smith counties until midnight. It's still continuing that. It is capable of producing a tornado, and it is currently, according to the NWS, located over or near Lowen, and that's just 8 miles north of Bay Springs. You're seeing that on your screen right now. So the National Weather Service is saying that Lowen is at in a pretty serious risk right now as well.
Okay, so here's the warning that we're talking about. Basically, if you are in the Smith County area, you are, for the most part, in the clear. The tidal circulation is shifting into Jasper County, so that's where the area of concern is most right now. So again, we have this broad circulation here, and again, it is shifting into Jasper County. We'll get a little bit closer, just to give you an idea of the communities that are immediately being impacted, and then we'll give you a new timeline in terms of the track. So again, here's the broad rotation that we're dealing with right about here. Okay, so if you are in Montrose, the storm is heading in your direction. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm that's capable of producing a tornado. So get to that safe place immediately. Now, if you're in Pineville, the storm is now basically east of you in terms of the immediate threat from a tornado being spawned. So you're in the clear. Lemon, you're in the clear. Shangalo, you're in the clear. The Trenton area, you're in the clear. Okay, so it is now east of 501. You're looking pretty good. If you are west of 501, you're in the clear. The area of rotation right now is again crossing the county line, and it is moving towards the Montrose area. So again, between the county line and Montrose, if that's your community, get to your safe place. Have on that bike helmet or something, grab the mattress, get into the bathtub, and make sure everybody's kind of tucked away, because this is a severe thunderstorm that's capable of producing a tornado, and you want to make sure you're in the safest place that you can be. Get away from those windows. Don't try to look outside to see what's happening. Again, this is a very dangerous storm, and it is packed with frequent lightning, very heavy rain. Here's a different perspective here. It looks like the heaviest rain core is just now south of Lynn, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the hail size from this. And generally speaking, we're still talking hail, roughly about quarter size. So it's not looking like anything too intense. But again, we still have that velocity signature, which is defined. And it is showing that we do have this rotation, which means the storm continues to rotate, which is prompting that tornado warning for the portions of Jasper County, and it goes until that midnight time frame. So again, you see Montrose, you're in the warning. You're basically up next to be impacted by this. It just may clip the Lewin area. We'll see, but it's going to be crossing over 15 if it can hold together, and eventually it's going to move over towards that Penantley area if it can hold together towards the end of the warning polygon. But then if it holds together even more, an area that did see some damage from trees being down from this morning's activity, Rose Hill, then you could possibly be up next to be impacted by this, again, severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. So heads up for Rose Hill. We'll be monitoring this situation for you. But again, we do have this active warning right now that is in place for Jasper County, and it's for the central and the northern portions of the county. And this basically goes until midnight. So we have a little bit of a while before we leave you tonight, just to kind of let you know what's happening. Again, the rotation is not as distinct, not as compact as it was. It has broadened out a bit. So hopefully a sign that this storm is weakening and losing its punch. But again, if you're in Montrose, you're next up to be impacted by this. Do you have any updates?
Not out of the National Weather Service, but I did mention about the power outages that we were seeing in Newton County, despite not having a warning there. I did reach out to Sheriff Jody Pennington to see if he had any damage reports for us. As of right now, he's not been made aware of any, but there's still power out in Newton County, about 1,000 people, or 1,000 reports, and the reports out of Scott County are up to 1,600, and Smith County up to 600, and already the reports are starting to come out of Jasper County with 213 reports of people without power. So as these storms are moving along, we're seeing that they're taking out power along their path, and our infrastructure is being affected by these storms.
Okay. All right. So not the best of news in terms of those power outages, but unfortunately, we are still dealing with an active night, and maybe there could be, unfortunately, more power outages with these storms that we're going to continue to see. Again, we have a distinct hail core right now just south of Montrose. This is a severe storm that's capable of producing a tornado. Let's go ahead and take a look at the hail size with this, and looking at the latest estimates with this. For the most part, at least based on radar, the indications that this hail is basically about 1.5 inches. So again, getting up there, definitely larger than quarter size, possibly about ping pong size to golf ball sized hail that you're dealing with right now. So, or at least close to it. So again, there's some large hail with this sail. Also, again, we're talking about, again, this storm that is rotating. So that is what's prompting that tornado warning. And it looks like the tightest rotation is broad, but again, it's still kind of approaching that Montrose area at this time. So I'll give you the latest track on this. Again, just giving one more look at the warning to make sure there are no differences with it and it's still in place. So again, we are watching this area of rotation that is sitting just to the west of Montrose. It's still moving towards the east at last check, right, Ethan, at about 25 miles per hour?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so here we go. So we're looking at the latest information with this, kind of broaden it a bit in case if it tracks to the east or west. And again, it's going to be basically over towards, let's say, Lewin here shortly, maybe within 10 minutes, Baxter as we head towards 11:43, Ross by 11:52, over towards maybe the Folk area by 11:57, or Fook, I'm not quite sure how to say that, forgive me if I pronounced it wrong, and then eventually over towards Rose Hill if we head towards 12:06, again, if the warning gets extended. So again, heads up if you're in Clark County right now around Rose Hill, we'll be monitoring that, and then eventually over towards Paulding if it can hold together. So we're keeping a close watch on this for sure. So here's the view of the radar. Again, here's a view of the thunderstorm that we're watching. This is a severe sail capable of producing a tornado. Still no reports of it being in progress, meaning on the ground creating damage. It has not been confirmed. It's just a radar indicated tornado, meaning it is rotating, so it could spawn a tornado at a moment's notice. But again, dealing with some very strong winds with this system, some very heavy rain with this. And again, with this also, we are dealing with some hail reports as well. So I'll make it still and give you information about the rainfall estimate. And again, this is a hail core when you have these bright reflectivity colors, but just outside of that, reports of rain over 7 inches per hour, again, if it were sitting still. It's not though, but you get the idea. You're getting drenched right now with this particular sail as it is moving across areas north of the Bay Springs area. Again, here's a look at the latest hail core. I'll give you some info about the size based on radar with this, and it looks as if it's, again, roughly about ping pong size, maybe up to about golf ball sized hail. And again, the warning still stands until midnight as we still have a distinct area of rotation that's now on top of the Montrose area. We also have other warnings that are in place, so I'll broaden the view a bit and kind of show you what's happening across the area. And for the most part, we are still dealing with these active warnings. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is impacting Neshoba County, a portion of Scott County, again, another area that has dealt with severe weather throughout the day. And then again, we have that tornado warning, that has continued through that midnight time frame. So I'll throw the radar on here for you to give you an idea of what's happening out there in general. And again, we have these severe sails creating impacts for at least the western parts of our viewing area. Right now in the Meridian Metro, for the most part, things are not too bad in the area, but we do have, again, these storms getting a little bit closer. So we'll see if they can kind of compose themselves and keep together, then they could be bringing some impactful weather to Lauderdale County and even Clark County here soon. But right now in the Metro of Meridian, again, for the most part, it is not looking too bad at this time. Just some showers in the area, maybe some rumbles of thunder. Same for Clark County. You've had some rain, but the worst is just off to the west. Here's a check of Choctaw County. We have some moderate to heavy rainfall there. Over towards Sumter County, again, we have some moderate to heavy rainfall. Nothing severe, nothing in terms of strong storms. But again, all of the active weather right now is found in Newton County. We do have, again, this is a severe warned sail just south of Philadelphia. And we also have this tornadic sail, again, this severe thunderstorm that is rotating, and it could spawn a tornado at any moment that's sitting throughout portions of Jasper County. So I'll change the view to look at the active warnings that we have in place. And again, we have that one sail impacting Union, again, that severe thunderstorm, and we have this tornado warning that goes until, both of them go until the midnight time frame. So we will be here with you with this tornado warning every step of the way. So again, if you know anybody that's in the path of this storm, please give them a heads up and let them know that there is a warning that's active that is impacting the Jasper County area right now. So we get a little bit closer and give you a view of the area of rotation. Again, it's not nearly as distinct as it once was. Here's an updated scan, even harder to see. I'm going to zoom out just a bit, and then we can get Ethan to give a loop of this. That'll be great. Go ahead, Ethan, if you can just loop that. And again, it's kind of like it's falling apart a bit, so that's a good sign to me. It's broadened out. So hopefully in time, this warning will be allowed to expire. It's not nearly as impressive as it once was, but for right now, again, we have this warning that is in place. So again, if you're in Montrose, you want to be in that safe place. I'll give you another updated timeline. Again, it's not looking as impressive, but regardless, again, it is basically going to put these areas under the gun for now. So again, if you're in the wind about 11:33, the area of tightest rotation could be impacting you. Again, there have not been any reports of or confirmed or confirmations, I should say, of a tornado being in progress, but we do have, based on radar, signs that this is a rotating thunderstorm and it could spawn a tornado at any moment. So you want to be in your safe place in Montrose. You want to be in your safe place if you're in the Lewin area. You want to be in your safe place or get to it quickly if you're in Baxter, as this storm could be in your area here shortly by 11:43, and then eventually over towards Roz by 11:55. Again, this is a broad circulation, so again, you're on the southern end of things in Roz, so more than likely this may move north of you. But again, if it can hold together, heads up in Rose Hill in Clark County, if this system can hold together, or if it starts to tighten up again in terms of the rotation, then you all will be under the gun as we get just past midnight. So just kind of stick with us, and we'll keep you posted on updates with this sail. Again, hopefully the warning will be allowed to expire, as again, it's not looking as well put together as it once was, but we do still have an active warning in place, which includes Montrose. This goes until 12 o'clock. So again, the active warning is until midnight, and we'll continue to kind of keep an eye out on what this is going to do. So again, here's another view of the velocity. Again, not very distinct at all. Any updates from the National Weather Service? Any chat information?
No, not so far. I've reached out to my EMA and sheriff contacts throughout Smith, Neshoba, or the counties that are being affected right now. Nothing out of them yet, which is understandable because their first priority is obviously making sure that everybody is protected. But one thing that has changed, power outages continue. The tornado warning is canceled for Smith County. Well, there's the update.
Yeah, so again, as mentioned, we expected this warning to kind of fade away, considering that it did not look all that impressive. So again, this warning, even though it's still showing up, it's blinking and it's going to go away because it is now expired. We just have this severe thunderstorm warning in place that includes Union. There could be some larger hail, some stronger winds, but generally speaking, here's what you can expect, okay? As we work our way towards midnight, we're still going to have some showers and thunderstorms out there. Don't let your weather guards down. We could have some severe weather overnight. You want to have multiple ways of getting alerts. As we go through time here, we're expecting the storms. I'm trying to play this here. Let me stop it. We're expecting the storms to continue for at least a few more hours, really several more, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. There could still be some activity, hopefully a lot weaker than what we're dealing with right now. And then as we head towards daybreak tomorrow, looking like a much better start. I know we had storms this morning, so hopefully your Monday morning will start off a little bit better. And then as we go through time, again, there could be more storms tomorrow. Here's the midday view. There's a chance for some thunderstorms to pop up with the heat of the day. We still do have a low threat for severe weather tomorrow, so you want to also be on guard for possible severe storms. But at least for now, again, we're looking at only one active warning, and that basically goes, or is in place, I should say, for portions of Neshoba County and portions of the Newton County area, and for right now goes until midnight. So again, this is the latest information in terms of the active warnings. I have on the hail on here to show you where the hail cores are. And this warning here in Smith County has expired. That's for Smith County. Now, Jasper County is still under the warning. Just looking at that, the Jasper County part of the warning goes until midnight. Is that correct, Ethan?
Yes.
Okay, so we still have this warning in place for the Jasper County area. If you can go ahead and play forever for me, we'll go ahead and take a look at this hail core within this storm. as we are definitely keeping an eye out for, again, larger hail within these thunderstorms. That's going to be a big deal. We haven't had reports as nearly as intense as some other parts of the state with the hail sizes. Hail size reports have been as large as baseball sized, but generally speaking, we'll go ahead and kind of zoom in and look at what's left of the warning area. So again, if you are in Smith County, you are no longer under the warning. Here's a look at the hail size estimates, though, and here's a look at some of the numbers based on radar. Again, this is just a radar estimate. Again, we're still talking about an inch in the quarter to an inch and a half, so basically ping pong sized hail. So yeah, we're looking at some hail that's very impressive. Nothing compared to what other parts of the state has seen, but still large enough to be a nuisance if nothing else. So again, not a good time to be out and about. Still, we're kind of watching this velocity signature. It has been a bit broad. So again, it's just not nearly as impressive as it once was. The warning has been expired for Smith County. Still have a bit of a warning in place for Jasper County, but again, it's very broad. It's not as distinct as it once was. So this, I do believe, is losing its punch. But again, we still have this warning in place for the Jasper County area. And again, this goes until midnight. So we'll see what happens with this, if they let it go until the very end or if they decide to end it early. But again, just kind of giving you an updated timeline. I'll do that based on the velocity signature here. And again, it's still moving east, that last check, at about 25 miles per hour. Is that right, Ethan?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a very broad signature. So again, still moving east. It has not pushed into the Clark County area just yet. So okay, to be over towards the Ross area, again, a very, very broad circulation. So Ross, you may notice that this storm is in your area with some very strong winds. Possibly you could deal with some hail. Hopefully it won't spawn a tornado, but that's a possibility. But again, the intensity of this storm is going to be around Ross by 11:52. Over towards the Fuke area as we head towards 11:55. And again, if it can hold together, it will push into Clark County, and eventually it's going to be impacting that Rose Hill area by 12:10. Any updates?
Yeah, this one, it's a confirmed tornado, what we're looking at right now, according to the National Weather Service. Their latest update that we just heard, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over Lowen, or near Bay Springs, moving east at 25 miles per hour.
Okay, so let's look at the correlation coefficient to see what it's showing. And, oh, I do see that. Okay. All right, so what we're looking at is the debris signature here. Again, when we're looking at the velocity, it looked very broad, but that's why we also have multiple things to look at in terms of giving you a perspective of what's happening within the storm. So this is a debris signature, and this here is showing that we have some debris being lofted into the air. This is south of Lewin. This is just north of Bay Springs. And again, this is not a signature that you want to see. So unfortunately, we do have, again, a now confirmed tornado, and I'll go ahead and give you the latest track on this. Because we do have, again, debris being lofted into the air based on the latest debris detector signature here. So we'll go ahead and kind of give you an idea. This is moving east. Is it still moving east at 25?
1 second, one just came. Yes, moving east at 25 miles per hour. They're talking in this chat about strong rotational velocity, and there's plenty of things supporting a strong tornado potential.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clear this and give you a new update. Again, we do have this debris detector here showing that we do have, again, some rotation. Not just rotation, we actually have debris being lofted into the air. So let's let this recycle itself a bit, and we'll go ahead and give you that latest information. Again, very dangerous scenario here. Again, we do have, based on the correlation coefficient, which is the debris detector, what is a storm, a tornado that is lofting debris into the air. So unfortunately, this system is something that we have to just continue to track. And unfortunately, if you are in the path of this, you want to get to that safe place immediately. Again, we are looking at, this area here. This is showing that there is debris being lofted into the air that's non-meteorological. This is not hail. This is not heavy rain. This is more so like tree limbs and possibly debris from buildings. I'm going to get a little bit closer here, and then we're going to go ahead and give you the latest track information. So again, if you are in the areas east of or northeast of Bay Springs, you want to get to that safe place immediately. We're looking at this particular cell moving east at 25 miles per hour, and this is a confirmed tornado based on the debris signature here. It is creating damage, and again, it's going to be pushing towards McNeil at 1150. Again, go ahead and get to that lowest level of your home. You want to be away from windows, bathroom, closet. It's going to be towards Ross by 1153, and it will hold together. If it can hold together, it'll be towards the Paulding area by 1207. Now, keep in mind, we're continuing to get farther and farther away from the radar. So again, this is debris detector is a great tool to look at. As we look at the velocity signature, let's see if it shows any updated signs of being a tighter rotation here. And again, it does look like it has compacted itself a little bit easier to see just north of Bay Springs. So again, this is what we're tracking here, and this is confirmed. It is going to be pushing over 18. And eventually it is going to make its way towards 503. So again, an even closer view. Let's see if we can get any communities showing up here. And it does not look like we have any that will pop up, but we'll try to go ahead and track this different perspective, kind of moving this as we go through time. Again, it's still pushing more so east. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the tight rotation area. Again, it looks like it is just north and east of Bay Springs. Here's Stevens, and it's basically sitting just around Stevens or just to the east and southeast. So hopefully you're in your safe place. Again, that's where we're looking at the debris signature as well. So we'll go ahead and try to throw that on. The correlation coefficient, it looks even more impressive as I zoom out a bit. So we are looking at a dangerous situation, folks. If you're in the path of this, you definitely want to be in that safe place. We're looking at, again, this area of rotation, and we're looking at debris that is being lofted into the air with this, because we do have, again, the area showing with that bright pop of green. That's an area showing that we do have foreign objects that is airbound, that is being lofted because of this tornado that is in progress. So again, you want to get to the lowest level of your home, away from windows, bathroom, or closet. If you're a portion of, if you live along 18, let's say just north of the Bay Springs area, again, the storm's on top of you. You have an update?
The storm spotter has confirmed a tornado is on the ground north of Bay Springs.
Okay, so this is a very dangerous situation. Again, here's a look at the confirmed tornado. We have a confirmed spotter. We have reports or we have indication based on radar looking at the debris signature that this cell here is an actual tornado in progress. So again, it's going to be pushing over 18 here shortly. Anybody within this area that you may know, give them a heads up. This is west of Pachuta, but if this can hold together, you're going to want to get to your safe place in Clark County. But again, right now it is just approaching Highway 18. There's Bay Springs. Bay Springs is not in the path of this. It's just to the north of you. And again, this is going to continue to make its way towards the east. As of right now, that's the track it's taking. And again, it's going to cross over 18. Here's a view of 528. It is north of there. Again, still continuing on an eastward track. Is that right, Ethan?
Yes.
Okay, so if that continues on the eastward track, it's going to be moving towards 503, and then eventually it could even make its way across the interstate. It'll be pushing over 59. So if you know anybody that has plans on traveling tonight, tell them to stay put if they're in Bay Springs. Maybe you have family members that live in Heidelberg, and they was going to jump on 59 over the next 20 minutes or so, trying to make it to, let's say, Meridian or some other location a little bit further north. Give them a heads up that we have a confirmed tornado, and they need to stay at the house. Do not hit the roadways. If you're if you know family in Heidelberg trying to head north, or anybody, let's say in Meridian, trying to head towards, let's say, areas down towards Heidelberg, again, stay off the roadways. Here's a look at the confirmed tornado in progress that's going to continue to shift east as we go through time. It's definitely going to be impacting 18 here shortly, and then eventually it's going to be pushing towards 503. So again, we're looking at this through the velocity signature, which shows the rotation within the storm. Again, we were looking at the correlation coefficient to try to see if there's any debris being lofted into the air. And again, we still do see that. That's what you see, the bright pops of color just to the south and east of Lewin. And it's going to continue to make its way towards 18. Right now, though, it is creating damage. So that's not a good sign. So again, looking at the velocity signature, and I'll give you the latest timeline as well, kind of broaden the view a bit. And we have a confirmed tornado. You want to be in that safe place, away from windows. A bathroom or a closet is where you need to get get to immediately, because if you're in the path of this storm, it is definitely packing a punch. So I'm going to go ahead and give a different perspective here, try to give you the latest timeline. At last check, it was moving roughly at about 25 miles per hour. Here's Bay Springs. Bay Springs is in the clear, and it's going to continue to make its way, again, towards the east. Again, right now, the warning does not include Clark County, but we do have an active tornado in progress right now. McNeil, your way by 1147, over towards the Roz area by 1149, the Fook area as we head towards 1153, and again, if it can hold together, it'll be towards Paulding as we head towards 1205. So again, we have a confirmed tornado, which means it is in progress. It is on the ground creating damage right now, and it is just around the areas near McNeil. So again, if you are in McNeil, you want to go ahead and get to that safe place immediately. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get a little bit closer to the area of rotation, and then I'll clear things for you, showing you some of the areas that are in the immediate path of this dangerous scenario. Again, we have a tornado that is in progress right now. Again, the velocity signature very clear here. That's what we're looking at here. Again, that's couplet, that very tight couplet. And again, it is basically right now east of Stevens. It is south and east of Lewin, so it's not moving towards you, it's moving away. It is north and east of Bay Springs, but again, it is moving towards Roz. So if you're in Roz right now, you want to go ahead and get to that lowest level of your home. You don't want to be in a mobile home. You want to get to a sturdier structure if you can safely. Again, it's going to be crossing over 18, and eventually, if it can hold together and if it continues on a more eastward path, it's going to be over towards Paulding. Again, if you're in the immediate path of this, you want to get to that lowest level of your home. If you have a multi-level home, you don't want to be on the top floor. You want to get to the bottom floor, first level or a basement. If you have a storm shelter, that's a good place to be. Grab the bike helmet. You want to grab, whatever you can to put over yourselves and get into the tub of that lowest level bathroom or that interior closet. Again, you want to get to your storm shelter if you have one. This is a very dangerous situation. We've had confirmation via the radar with the debris being lofted up that we saw with the correlation coefficient, or we call it the debris signature or the debris detector. And we also have reports coming in from an actual sighting of this being, again, on the ground. So looking at the debris detector right now, again, we still see very clearly that we do have a debris signature there, those lighter colors indicating foreign objects that are being lofted into the air right now. So again, right now, if you are in the Roz area, this storm is gradually approaching your area. You want to go ahead and get to your safe place immediately. You do not want to go outside. You don't want to try to look to see what's headed your way. You want to make sure that you are getting to that lowest level of your home, away from windows, a bathroom, or a closet. Again, we're watching this particular cell right about here. And again, this is a dangerous situation. A lot of heavy rain affiliated with this, so it is going to be rain wrapped. It's not going to be easily detectable at all. Looking out the window, you may see some power flashes affiliated with this. But again, the best thing to do is not to try to look outside to see what's coming your way. You want to go ahead and get to that safe place. Get to that lowest level. Get to that storm shelter. Right now in Roz, it is on top of you in just a moment's notice. I'll zoom on out just a little bit and give the latest timeline for this. Again, we do have a tornado in progress right now, and it is basically on top of the Roz community. So I'll zoom out just a little bit more, and then we'll give you the latest timeline. Any updates, Ethan, on time or?
No, everything is still the same, but that spotter has video evidence of this tornado doing damage on Highway 15. So this is an on-the-ground tornado. It's just confirming what we know. It's an on-the-ground tornado doing damage near Lowen, Mississippi.
Okay, video evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow. All right, so again, do not travel. We do have this confirmation of a tornado in progress in the Jasper County area. I'm trying to get a little bit closer here and give you the latest timeline information. So again, if you are in Jasper County, central Jasper County, if you are in eastern Jasper County, again, we have this area of circulation. You have this tight couplet here. There is definitely rotation, and based on the radar, meaning seeing debris being lofted in the air, and visual confirmation, there is a tornado in progress that has crossed over 15. Ethan said there was video evidence of that and is pushing towards Highway 18 right now, and it's going to continue to shift towards the east. And right now, last check, it was moving east at 25 miles per hour. So again, if you are in the path of this storm, you want to go ahead and get to your safe place immediately. Okay, we're going to go ahead and push this over towards Pachuta just in case it could head in that direction. If it doesn't change direction or if it doesn't weaken, again, it's going to eventually move towards the Fuke area as we head towards 1158. Again, Roz is basically going to be heading your way here shortly. You need to be in your safe place right now. If you're in Roz, you need to be in that lowest level of your home. You need to be in that basement. You need to be in that storm shelter. It is heading your way, and this is a dangerous situation. This is a tornado that is confirmed. It is in progress, moving towards you in the short term. Next up would be the Fuke area by 1158. Eventually towards Paulding as we head towards 1210, and then over towards the Orange area by 1226. And then eventually, if it holds together, it'll be over towards Pachuta by 1231. So again, here's a look at the tightest rotation right now. This is where the tornado is in progress. Again, it's going to be pushing over 18 here very shortly. And then again, if it continues due east, these are the areas that will be impacted. So heads up for Clark County. Again, this storm is definitely heading east towards you, and we'll continue to monitor the actual speed and direction, but you want to be on guard and know where that safe place is if you are in Clark County, because the storm is heading in your direction. And again, looking at the debris detector, very evident that we do have, again, debris being lofted into the air based on what is being seen here. So again, as you look at the velocity, again, definitely sitting on top of where we saw the debris detector. So we do have evidence that there is damage in this area. Again, Bay Springs, you are now in the clear. Again, the area we're talking about right now has crossed over 15 and is moving towards Highway 18. So again, you want to be in that lowest level of your home. You want to be in that sturdy structure. You do not want to be in a mobile home with this headed in your direction. This is confirmed. Okay, this is confirmed. This is a very dangerous situation, and you don't want to be in a mobile home. You want to get to a neighbor's house that is maybe in a more sturdier structure. You want to go ahead, if you are in a sturdy structure, get to that safe place, wherever the designated spot is, whether it's the basement, the storm shelter, whether it's the lowest level of your home, the bathroom or a closet, but you need to be in that safe place as soon as you can. Any updates, Ethan?
We just got one. Right now they're continuing. This tornado warning is still considered observed. Is located near Turnerville, which is 9 miles northeast of Bay Springs, still moving east at 25 miles per hour. So this is near Turnerville. If you are anywhere, if you are in Turnerville or near Turnerville, you need to be in your safe space right now.
All right, so again, the Roz area is going to be heading towards you as well. Again, make sure you are getting to that safe place and staying there. We're looking at this dangerous storm that is continuing to, again, make its way across the areas. Here's Montrose. It's just to the east and south of you. So Montrose, you're not in the path of this. Again, Turnerville was mentioned. Roz, again, you are in the path of this storm. It is going to cross over 18 where it meets around 503. So if you live around that 503, 18 intersection area there, you want to make sure that you are in your safe place, because you too are in the path of this dangerous storm. We're talking about a confirmation. There is a report of several reports actually of it being confirmed. We're looking at the debris detector here showing again that there has been debris lofted in the air with this, meaning it has created some destruction. Okay, so looking at the velocity here as well, kind of seeing where we have the area of rotation. It looks like it's right about here. I'm going to zoom out just a bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and give you another perspective via the radar scan, but I'm gonna step off and look at my phone. It's always easier to see rotation from my phone based on the current app that I have. And it looks like, again, we have this kind of still broadening out a little bit, but it's looking like it's going to stay north of Heidelberg, which is great news. And right now, the warning only goes towards the east central portion of the county. It does not go to the Clark County line for now. But regardless, again, if you are anywhere upstream, you want to make sure that you are following this closely, because we do have this warning until midnight, but it could very well be extended. It could cross over 59 in terms of this tornadic scenario. We do have a confirmation that we have a tornado in progress. So if it can stay on the ground, it could possibly cross over 59. And if it holds together, it will be pushing into Clark County. So we're going to be watching that. Do you have any updates, Ethan?
As far as the damage that spotter saw, as of right now, it's just trees down along Highway 15. And as we've been talking about these storms all night, we've been talking about how these damage reports usually come after, and the power outages usually come after. This cell is doing work on the power grid already in Jasper County. 1,200 or more than 1,200 reports of people without power, and that's 13% of all of the people served in Jasper County are already without power. So if it's not doing damages to trees or potentially structures, it's doing damage to the infrastructure of so many people in Jasper County right now. There's no understating how dangerous this storm is right now and how important it is for you to get into your safe space, because it's taking a toll on power as we speak.
Okay, so again, we do have a confirmation of a tornado in progress. Areas that are in the clear, we're looking at Bay Springs, you are in the clear from this. Lake Como, you are in the clear. Waldrop, you're in the clear. Sitting on top of the Ross area right now, we have this inflow area here. So we're definitely going to continue to watch that. That's where the air is being ingested into this tornadic cell, this supercell, so to speak. Paulding right now, you're getting some very heavy rain. We're looking at, again, this cell that is definitely showing still some signs of rotation. Kind of a little harder to detect as we move a little further away from the radar. But based on looking at my phone, again, it looks like the area of rotation here is going to continue to shift east towards Pachuta, again, if it can hold together. We're going to switch our view here, look at the correlation coefficient, and again, just kind of showing you all what we kind of look for, and we look for the lower numbers, so to speak. It shows brighter colors, and that indicates where we could have some debris. You have an update, Ethan?
Speaking of that damage and that debris that you're talking about right now, confirmed structure damage on that County Road 16 area east of Lowen. So that's about what we're looking at right now. We can't quite see that County Road 16, doesn't show up, but these are confirmed reports of damage, structural damage, not just tree damage. Structural damage is being reported from this, what has been called a large and extremely dangerous tornado.
Okay, thank you for that. So, all right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and give you a look at the structure of this tornadic thunderstorm. It is continuing to shift, and it is moving, again, roughly east at 25 miles per hour. Aviana Smith has just come in. She's going to continue to help us track this tornadic cell. But we do, again, have this now confirmed tornado, and we're looking at this basically from a different perspective, and it is showing that we have basically this storm that is, it's up to about 40,000 feet in terms of how far it goes up in the atmosphere. This is a very strong thunderstorm. Again, this is a storm that is, again, creating a tornado. It is evident. It also has some hail within it as well. This hail size based on radar is roughly, in previous views, it's roughly about golf ball size to about ping pong size. Let me give you an updated look here. And for the most part, we're looking at it's still roughly about an inch and a half to reports here of about almost an inch. So again, definitely quarter size or larger hail with this. So that's another element. Hopefully your car or vehicle is already in a carport or a garage. But again, we definitely have active weather at this time. So again, meteorologist Aviana Smith is here, and driving in, Aviana, she's coming from Lauderdale County, so your drive was pretty good?
Yes, it was a smooth drive. No trees down along my way here. No, not a lot of rain.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Everything looks to be on. I'm not sure why it's not.
Okay, go ahead.
But everything was clear my way. Not even seeing a lot of rainfall, a lot of lightning though. Not seeing a lot of strong winds coming in through Lauderdale County right now, but you can tell the rain is definitely on the way by the lightning that you see in the sky. We're already dealing with some very strong storms, dangerous storms. So you want to make sure that you are knowing your safe place if you are in Lauderdale County, just in case these storms hold together and make their way into the area.
All right. So again, we're looking good in Lauderdale County. We're looking good in the Kemper County area. But again, we still have, unfortunately, this confirmed tornado that is moving throughout portions of our Jasper County area. And again, looking at the latest scans with the actual velocity, thank goodness it is not looking, again, like it's tightening up too much, but we still have reports of, again, it being observed. So we're going to stick with that. And you want to be in that safe place if you're at 503. Again, it's about to cross over right now. Eventually, if it can hold together, it's going to be pushing towards Pachuta. Heads up in Pachuta. If this warning continues, it's going to be heading in your direction. So you really want to make sure that you are definitely staying up to date with this. Any updates, Aviana?
As of right now, no ma'am.
Okay, so what it looks to be, at least from this perspective, the tornado warning has not been extended downwind. It actually has changed to a severe thunderstorm warning. I'll zoom out a bit just to give you a different perspective. But for the most part, it looks like the National Weather Service is not going to extend the tornado warning. Instead, they're giving it a severe thunderstorm warning for the eastern portions of the Jasper County area into Clark County, and that severe thunderstorm warning goes until about 1 o'clock. But again, as of last check, there was confirmation of a tornado in progress over the Jasper County area. So again, looking at a different perspective, we'll zoom in again. And again, as of right now, this warning is still in place basically until the top of the hour, and then it'll be extended as a severe thunderstorm warning. But we still do see, again, signs of rotation. Here's a look at Paulding, and it looks like the tightest rotation is just to the north of there. A little bit of a closer view. Again, here's 18, here's Roz. Now, Roz, you're basically to the west of the tightest rotation. Here's a look at the Fuke area. It's north of you. Here's 503. Here's Paulding. Paulding, you want to go ahead and be in that safe place. This is the area that we're tracking here. And again, that's the area you definitely want to make sure that you are getting to that safe place and staying there until we get any more updates about what this particular cell is doing. But again, based on velocity, it still looks as if it is having some type of rotation based on what we see here. And again, it is going to eventually shift towards that Interstate 59 corridor. Look at the correlation coefficient, giving you an idea of what we see here. And I don't see what I once saw in terms of that debris detector being evident, that we had this system lofting debris into the air. So we don't see much there, but generally speaking, we are definitely going to continue to kind of keep an eye on this as we're kind of tracking where this tightest velocity is. And again, this warning remains in effect. So again, everything here is relatively broad. Again, not really easily detecting where the tightest rotation is. But again, we still have this warning, this tornado warning that is in place right now. And this goes, actually, it looks like it just updated. Did it update on your end, Aviana?
Not quite yet, but it looks like it updated on the scan and it's no longer there.
Okay, so we have now a severe thunderstorm warning in place. It looks as if the National Weather Service allowed for that tornado warning to end. They have not extended it downwind into Clark County, but we do have this tornado, this severe thunderstorm warning, I should say, until 1 o'clock. Does it have a tornado possible tag with it?
No, ma'am.
Can you just go ahead and what's the threats with this warning?
I said again, I stand corrected. It does say tornado possible with winds up to 60 miles per hour and 1.5 inch hail as well until 1 a.m.
Okay. All right. So it looks like the actual tightest rotation is just about to push towards that Clark County line. With the warning being expired, we'll definitely continue to kind of monitor this. We don't want to keep you but I'm going to take a look at this velocity one more time. And again, here's where the tightest rotation is. Again, here's look at Pachuta, and this is a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. So that means it's going to be shifting into your area. There's a possibility there could still be, again, a tornado or the possibility for a tornado to respawn. If you are in Pachuta, I will go ahead and kind of stay put and stay in that safe place because, again, we do have what was a confirmed tornado in progress that is not showing signs of rotation like it once was. But again, it is a tornado possible that's pushing towards the Pachuta area. So you want to make sure you're in your safe place. You want to make sure you're in the lowest level of your home, away from windows, a bathroom, a closet. Again, we do have now what looks to be a severe thunderstorm warning for, again, the Clark County area. It goes until 1 o'clock. It looks as if maybe the parameters affiliated with this tornado warn cell has dropped below that tornado warning threshold, but it is definitely a tornado possible tag on this. So even though the velocity isn't looking all that impressive, if you're in Pachuta, you want to be in your safe place. And if I were you, I would not travel up and down 59 right now. I will let this storm move on by before heading out the door. Again, so we're looking at, again, this severe thunderstorm now that has a tornado possible tag. You want to make sure that you are staying in your lowest level of your home, away from windows, bathroom, closet. Pachuta, the storm is going to be approaching areas near you here over the next, let's say, 15, 20 minutes. I'll give one more view of a timeline for where the velocity is, and then we'll go ahead and return you back to programming. And if we get any more updates, then we'll definitely let you know about that. But I'm going to recenter this really quickly here, turn to the velocity signature, showing you where the rotation is, and then from there, we'll go ahead and give you an updated timeline. Aviana, what's the speed on this severe thunderstorm warning and direction? All right, here's the rotation right here. She's looking up that speed, so we can give you the latest timeline. Again, this was once a confirmed tornado. It was radar indicated in terms of the debris detector. It was creating damage, and also there was a sighting as it crossed over one of the highways there. So again, this is what the rotation signature looks like. It's just about to cross over 503, and it is shifting towards the east. And we're going to get that latest in terms of the speed and direction, and I'll give you that one last look at the timeline before we rejoin you back to programming. But again, let's let you know that with these storms that kind of pop up through the night, they could turn severe at a moment's notice. Here's an updated scan. Again, still showing some signs of rotation here. So again, this is one to watch. No official tornado warning, is more severe thunderstorm warning, but it has a tag of a tornado possible. So again, if you're in Pachuta, I do recommend that you get to that safe place and stay there until this storm passes. Any updates, Aviana, with that speed?
I don't have an update on the speed just yet, but an update on County Road 16 is a storm chaser reported major damage on that road. So you want to make sure you're not traveling at all. If you're over in the Jasper County area, it is reported damage on the roadways with storm chaser spotted. So you want to make sure that you're being careful as you don't travel at all. If you're going up and down the road their way, there is reported damage on County Road 16.
Okay. Let me see if I can get you all a view of the latest time. I'm going to get you the information first of the speed with this. A lot of times when we're looking at our chat information, it'll log us out, so we have to log back in. Okay, so looks like the latest info with this. It is definitely a tornado tag still affiliated with this, and it's moving towards the east at 30 miles per hour. And it also has reports of $half size tail with this as well. So again, we'll get you that last little check of the timeline with this. Again, tornado possible. Still showing some decent signs of rotation. Here's a look at it right here. We'll go ahead and give you a view with the velocity to kind of show you where the rotation is, moving east at 30. Again, not as defined as it once was, but again, here's a last check of the speed and direction East at 30, here's your timeline. So again, if you are in Clark County, and keep in mind this is a dangerous storm. It is down to a severe thunderstorm warning, but again, a tornado possible tag, which means there could be a tornado that spawned at a moment's notice. East at 30. Okay, just an idea. Again, if you are in any of these areas, just kind of stay put until the end of the timing for this. So again, you're looking at, it'll be near the Twistwood School by 12:14. So if you live by there, maybe you live next door, you live down the street, again, get to that safe place. This storm will be in your area by 12:14. Clark Academy by 12:19. It'll be towards Pachuta. If it can hold together by the same time frame, about 12:19, 12:20. The Watubi area by 12:23. 12:28, the Harmony area, Elmwood by 12:29, Clark County Academy possibly by 12:36, and I believe it'll be, if it can hold together, towards the Quitman area. Oh, that's not the Clark County Academy. That's about 12:20 now, but around Quitman, it's going to be in your area by 12:37. Again, this severe thunderstorm that has the possibility of spawning a tornado at a moment's notice. So again, there's a look at the last view of the warning that we have in place. And honestly, we don't have any more warnings at this time. So we have meteorologist Aviana Smith here. Ethan Bird has been here all day. He was with Chase Franks this morning, tracking things that were happening. So it's been an active day. Again, meteorologist Aviana Smith is here. She'll be monitoring things throughout the night. I will be here for a while as well. Have multiple ways of getting alerts. Maybe you stayed up to watch this coverage. Before you go to bed, turn those alerts on. Have the NOAA weather radio on. Have our weather app with the notifications on. And again, have those ways of getting alerts and know where that safe place is in case you need to take cover, because we still do have a chance for more storms for the next few hours tonight. So stay weather-minded, stay weather-aware. And if we have any more updates, we'll be on in terms of warnings or destructive tags with severe storms. We'll be back to kind of guide you through that. Otherwise, you can get the latest information at the bottom of the screen in terms of checking the radar, in terms of checking the warnings as well, with the ticker that will be at the bottom going throughout the night as long as we have active weather. Thanks for tuning in. Stay weather up to date. And if you are in Newton County, there's a new severe thunderstorm warning for you until 1:30. Get ready for an active night. We'll join you back to programming.